know I'm ultra responsible about those things. But I feel so responsible that I would leave somebody hanging. And that's one of the reasons I give. My giving is because I believe in the things that people are doing. I don't give to things I don't believe in. Though I will say this, a couple of years ago, I was at post COVID, right after COVID, I was feeling a little antsy about giving, right? I was COVID made a lot of people start to ingrow. They stopped looking out. They started looking at, what about me? What about my life? And I said to my wife, I go, from this point on, for I think it was a period of a year, I said, if there's a GoFundMe, I don't care what it's for. I'm putting money in it. I'm going to break this habit over my life. I'm not going to get constricted in my giving. I'm going to open myself wide. So I was given to funeral expenses. I was given to pet needs. I was given to everything because I needed to get it in my head. This money belongs to you, God. It doesn't belong to me. And so that was where I was. So people read this scripture and it says, and they sold all their possessions and goods and they gave them all. They gave it to everybody. They just started handing their monies out. They're selling their real estate, they're selling everything, and they're giving all this money away. And it says, and they continued daily with one accord in the temple, breaking bread from house to house. And they ate their meat with gladness and singleness of heart. If we want to see people begin to get on the same page as Jesus, this might be a key. I'm not talking about the giving. I'm talking about the singleness of heart comes when we begin to talk and hang out with one another. My theology may adjust, yours may adjust, but at some point we're going to come to a meeting of the minds. It really concerns me, and I know it gets used a lot when people go, we're just going to agree to disagree. That's like saying, well, whatever. And so I think that we need to accept one another when we don't agree, but don't say we agree to disagree, but just accept each other for where one another is at. There are people who do not agree with me. I know that's hard to believe. There are people that do not agree with me when it comes to love and grace and all that stuff. But I don't know how to do it any other way. I believe the finished work is the finished work. I believe we're new covenant people. I believe we live in a new covenant. I don't believe we live under the law. I'm not going to lie to you. Putting up the 10 Commandments in schools makes me really uptight.